Okay, forget about cold November rain. We're talking warm December rain. I had to open some things up because it is a gorgeous 10 degrees right now, going up to 11 degrees today and 13 tomorrow. It's December 2nd, 2012, and there are some things like my Washingtonia which I'm going to leave covered. But I opened up my box for my Trachycarpus and my Casalpinia, which is at the back there. My Basjus are going to stay covered, but my jujuba, jujube tree is still green here, and I uncovered this here washi because, you know what, it's easy enough to take a rose cone off to let it get some natural wind, rain, and sun. This is still my Yucca guatemalensis, which is not defoliated. Right now it's 14 degrees inside the enclosure. Sorry, that's 11.4 degrees in the enclosure. But this is what we're looking at here. So my sable miner's in there, and then in here is my Fuchsia capitata. But I have thermocube actuated lights in the lean-to, but the soil in that lean-to gets somewhere around 25 to 30 degrees in the midday sun. Maybe not quite as warm in the middle of winter, but the edges are all sealed with plumbing pipe insulation, just shoved in the cracks of the bricks, because I was getting a bit of heat loss. This is the big guy right here. I think I might have to change up the setup because this here sable miner, which is about 5 foot tall, has been keeping good and toasty with the 20-gallon buffer in there. But not all that heat exits where the heater is, goes in here, blows back through this section here. But it is keeping pretty toasty. But in any case, it's working great as to date. So we have this enclosure, the enclosures on the Phylloferas, Trachycarpus enclosure, the dry area for the Yucca over there. Things are looking pretty good. Over here we have our Mediterranean fan palm, which is a bit well wrapped up. I'm not going to crack that open. It was the last to get wrapped anyways. And over here we have just a triangular tarp over top of a Yucca thompsoniana, because this is a very wet spot. Last but not least, in the back we have our, there's the Loquat, which has experienced down to -6 already this year, and has had no ill effects. Back here we haven't buried our figs yet, and this is the blue Hesper palm enclosure, and I find at night it gets a little bit cool in there, so the lights kick in with the thermocube, but during the day it heats up the buffer in there, and since we added the R22 insulation and then saran wrapped the outside, it's been keeping pretty cozy. And I've had a timer on the thermocube. It'll work on a cold night for maybe about 30 minutes, and it'll be off for about 2 hours. And even better, I've timed the thermocube on the Serifera, and the thermocube on that one will be on for something like 20 minutes, and then it'll be off for 2 hours. The entire enclosure over there, this is the timer right here. That timer is for the last week. For the last week, that enclosure has been heated for a total of 4 hours because of daytime heating. For the most part, I think the one night was 2 hours. It would come on every 50 minutes for about 6 minutes, and that would heat this entire area with the space heater set to medium, about 1,000 watts, and a couple light bulbs just in there from our aquarium for the Buscia capitata. But everything else benefits. Have a good day.